This morning, firefighters are racing to control more of the Palisades and Eaton fires as another round of Santa Ana wind moves in. And now the death toll, we have learned, has grown to 24.
Let's go live now to the aerial views of the fire as the sun is getting ready to rise. And at this point, we're not seeing big active fire, which is good. National Guard troops are in place along the Pacific Coast Highway, preventing people from going back into those burn areas. The LA police chief says the focus is on safety and that people will not be allowed to go back in until the latest wind warnings end, and that will likely happen on Wednesday.
So here's a look at the latest numbers on the wildfires. The Palisades fire is the largest. It's 23,000 acres in size with 13% containment. There have been 8 confirmed deaths involved with the Palisades fire. The Eaton fire is over 14,000 acres in size with 27% containment. They're gaining some ground. There have been 16 deaths confirmed associated with the Eaton fire. And the Hearst fire is just under 800 acres in size. It is 89% contained.
Tens of thousands of people are still under evacuation orders because of the Palisades and Eaton fires. That's the evacuation map right there. The red areas are mandatory evacuations. Yellow is evacuation warnings, and evacuation orders have expanded for the Palisades fire as it has continued to move east.
And today there will be another community meeting for those impacted by the Eaton fire. Last night, fire officials held community meetings for both the Palisades and Eaton fires to update residents, answer questions, and discuss recovery. Hundreds gathered at Pasadena City College for the Eaton fire meeting.
The difference between this event that, when you get up there and you see what's happened, people expect to see destruction, but they actually see devastation. It's the only way to describe it. And so you can rest assured that the city of Pasadena, working with the county, working with the state, and working with our national leaders, will do all that it can to ensure that we do rebuild.
Today's meeting will be virtual, happens at 4 o'clock, and will be streamed live on YouTube from the LA County Fire Department's YouTube page. Fire officials will update the current fire situation and, of course, address any questions.
Now, one of the things they'll be talking about is the return of the Santa Ana winds over the next couple of days.
Kelly Curran joins us now from the Weather Center with a look at how strong they're likely to get. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, another particularly dangerous situation, red flag warning. That's what we're dealing with here for the next several days. So you see the areas shaded in red. That's where we have those red flag warnings. And of course, it includes parts of Los Angeles County where the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire are both burning. Also Ventura County and down into Orange County, too. We're talking about northeast winds gusting 50+ miles per hour. And as you get up into the higher terrain, we could see gusts as high as 70 miles per hour. Right now, Oxnard, Hidden Hills already seeing some of those breezes, the Riverside area as well. And as we take a look at Futurecast, now these are the wind gusts that we're expecting. As we head later into today, we're going to see winds gusting up to 43 miles per hour in parts of Ventura County, Calabasas, about 22 miles per hour. Dies down a little bit Monday evening, but then Tuesday and Wednesday, we really get to see those winds fire up again. In fact, here we are 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, 43 mile per hour wind gusts expected in the Palisades or Pasadena area. Even as we get into Tuesday night, guys, we're looking at winds gusting 40-50 miles per hour, which certainly is not what those firefighters want to see.
All right, we appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you.
Meanwhile, today Republicans are calling for a special session as the Southern California wildfires are impacting millions of people across California.
Aaron Heff live at the state capitol this morning with what they're saying. Good morning.
Good morning. This not just involving the wildfires, but the subsequent insurance crisis they say is now afoot. Those Republican lawmakers sending a letter to Gavin Newsom calling for a special session. Now, let's read you what's in that letter. In the letter, Republican lawmakers highlighting the urgent need to safeguard our Californian communities while stabilizing the insurance market and implementing prevention measures against these massive and destructive wildfires, emphasizing what they call the unprecedented nature of the crisis at hand, while highlighting the required response, putting a strain not only across California, but the nation and beyond. So let's get to those 6 priorities for this session. They said, quote, or not quote, excuse me, the first bullet, expediting permitting for wildfire prevention projects And that really means fast-tracking critical measures like controlled burns and post-fire mitigation risks. The next is streamlining environmental reviews for fire safety initiatives, enhance criminal penalties for fire-related crimes, incentivizing hardening of homes, increase wildfire prevention funding, and lastly, have insurance market transparency and insurance reform. Back out here live at the state capitol, this turning some heads because as of last week, there was some pushback after a called special session on the coming president-elect. While these destructive wildfires, they started to burn and continued to burn. Now, the legislative Republicans saying, quote, they are committed to providing Californians with the tools and policies needed to both rebuild and recover. At the California State Capitol, Aaron Heft, KCRA 3 News.
All right, thank you, Aaron. A news conference, by the way, scheduled on the west steps of the Capitol this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Help is also coming from the nation's capital. Mike Cherry joining us now with more on the federal response to what's happening.
So while lawmakers on Capitol Hill consider action to help with rebuilding, the White House is doling out more federal assistance to help those impacted. A White House official says more than 24,000 people have registered for the aid. The federal government is covering 100% of disaster response costs, like debris removal and setting up shelters. The White House does plan on asking Congress for more money and help federal emergency officials on the firefighting front. Federal and state officials are also promising action to fast-track rebuilding, suspending regulations, and working with insurance companies to help people who have lost their homes.
Insurance carriers, we have to be able to work together with the insurance industry to help find ways to keep this really valuable resource in place for so many families.
There can't be a blank check on this, however, because people want to make sure that as rebuilding occurs, as things go on in California, they have to be resilient so that these sorts of things can't happen again. And the policies of the liberal administration out there, I believe, have made these fires worse.
President Biden and Vice President Harris have been receiving daily briefings and holding meetings to coordinate that federal response. Deirdre?
All right, thank you. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump has received his second invitation this weekend to visit California's wildfire victims. The L.A. County Board of Supervisors Chair Catherine Barger wrote an open letter to the incoming president imploring him to stand with the people of Los Angeles County. Trump also received an invitation from Governor Newsom on Friday. There's been no word from the president-elect, however, on accepting those invitations.
And we'll continue to follow developments on the Southern California wildfires, both on air and online, and our app. Make sure to turn on push alerts to get the latest information. Now, if you do want to help the fire victims, you can scan this QR code. It's very easy right there on your screen. By the way, we are teaming up with the American Red Cross to help people impacted by the wildfires. Your donation will support the victims with disaster relief and other humanitarian efforts.